We are at fourth edition of ETCFO Leadership Summit 2023, and I have with me a dashing and charming CFO of Laxmi Organic Industry, Tanushree Bagrodia. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Alec.
Ma'am, my question to you is like, how was your experience of this event?
It's a very wonderfully organized event with a very diverse set of panels. It helped me learn a lot. And I think the audience also asked extremely interesting questions, which are very, very thought-provoking.
Good. Ma'am, what do you think, like, how can CFOs lead the next paradigm?
I think for a while now, we've been saying that, CFOs are no longer the chief financial officers. They are actually the chief transformation officers in some way, because it's our job now to collaborate with business to ensure that we not only provide capital, but we can also help business identify and manage risks that they see. We can help business meet its targets and exceed targets. I think CFOs really have become business partners all around. And I think one big change for CFOs has been no longer looking at every capital allocation as only a return on investment. We've also started looking at risk management, like I mentioned before, and that has, that has meant that as CFOs, we start looking at investments saying, what if we did not do this? What could the company potentially lose? Having said that, I think as CFOs, it's very important for us to keep abreast of not just in the world of finance or our own industries, what's happening next, but also learning about new technologies and how those technologies could help the finance function and the business at large.
Does being woman impact your decision making as CFO in any way?
Alec, I think as a woman, the decision making, not just as a CFO, but as a leader, is very differentiated, because I think women have a very, very different perspective. As a CFO, I think what it does is it naturally makes us more adept at risk management, because I think that's a part of the X chromosome for women. From the times that we were in, as cavemen we lived, or cave women were managing the risk of nurturing, and if the husband didn't come home or the man didn't come home with food, how do you feed people, right? To very recent times when our mothers were bringing us up, right? So I think that comes to us naturally. I think the other bit that comes naturally to women is empathy. I think we are just wired to be more empathetic, and hence we take better decisions. And hence S&P 500 has always said that companies led by women CEOs actually have better results.
So companies led by women CFOs have better results. So I just want to know from you, do you have any advice to budding women CFOs?
So, there are two things that I always tell women, whether they are CFOs or in any sort of field that they choose to pursue their careers in. Number one, don't want anything because you're a woman, and don't leave anything because you're a woman. Fight on your merits, on your competencies, and believe in yourself. So don't play the victim card saying I've been discriminated against because I'm a woman. Train your muscles to fight through that situation, just like you were any other individual. The second thing that I tell women is women tend to want to be superheroes, right? You can't have it all. You can have it all, but not at the same time. So learn to ask for help, and don't want to be the superwoman, because all of us have 24 hours in a day in which we can only do so much.
And ma'am, what is the one thing you think is is the most important skill for upcoming CFOs?
Business understanding. I think any CFO who understands business and what drives the business will eventually collaborate very well and do very well for the business, for their colleagues, and for their teams.
And biggest challenge you see as CFO that is coming that CFOs has to face in recent times,
I think the biggest challenge as a CFO is the changing regulation. We've got new compliances, new laws that keep coming in, And we need to ensure 100% compliance with all of those, which means that we've just got to be that much more agile ourselves and with our teams, which means we also need to be dynamically developing our teams.
And like, ma'am, to end this with a on lighter note, like, ma'am, one word that describes you.
One word that describes me. I'm actually at a loss, and I ask this question in interviews. I think I am a learner. I am a student, and that's the description I give to myself.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Ali.